Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Tiffy, a retired librarian turned homeschool mom. And in this video, we're going to do some rapid fire descriptions of more of the Animorphs. So this is about a grouping at the very end of videos that I'm doing I'm definitely reading descriptions off the fan website. So I'm limited to that because I do not have time to finish reading them. It is June 14th. I was sick. My kid hasn't been sleeping. We were on vacation. Essentially, I was busy. And these books are extremely formulaic, as are great for this design. Again, it's like, this is the problem, this is what we do, we nearly get killed, it's resolved. So this is really great for this demographic. These books are not very long. So they're usually about 200 pages or less. And they're really, really great for the demographic, which again is late elementary, early middle school. So let's get into this. So this is book 40. This is the other. This is Marco. So this is the basic description. There's actually no plot summary on this one. So Axe and the Animorphs, they basically believe Axe was the only non-infested androlyte on Earth to survive the terrible battle between the Earths until now. Apparently there's another one. There's other androlytes. They are here on Earth. They're trying to keep a low profile, trying to find a way to Vassar 3, and trying, like Axe and the Animorphs, to stay alive. So that's, and until help finally comes. And that's kind of the end of this one. So I'm assuming they team up with a lot of these. They have a few interesting supporting characters here, so you get to they're basically mainly mentioned. Okay, moving on. So the Familiar, which is book 41, this is Jake. So again, this is the basic description. This one has a plot summary, which is decently long. So they're in the middle of a violent battle. Jake orders a desperate retreat, leaving Marco and Ray to defend for themselves. They escape, typical thing. Tensions are high, and Cassie begins to break down, again questioning the violence of killing. With battle, Jake responds to her without much sympathy, because basically he's sick of it. Tom finally seems suspicious of him. Basically, he has a vision of himself 10 years older, living in New York City, on an Earth that has already been completely taken over by Yeerks. Everyone assumes him to be a controller with a Yeerk blank name in his head. He follows the crowd. He stops, but skips just his stop in order to investigate the strange new world. He doesn't know how it's come to be this time, and it's parallel timeline. He discovers there's a terrorist organization, which is comprised of Yeerks and their hosts who believe, that forms of biological evolution and mutation should be explored instead of enslavement of sentient species. Okay. So this seems to be a very pointless thing, because he's just kind of discovering things, and basically he has a choice to either save Cassie or the world. So Jake chooses to save what must be valuable. So Jake then he wakes up. So he has to he chooses to save Cassie, I'm assuming, because Cassie's his girlfriend. So he wakes up. He hears a voice in his head that he's never heard saying it is not the Elemist. So he describes the voice as both young and old, male and female. So he's discovered a voice in his head. The voice simply says interesting choice, because he chose Cassie. They have segmented minds. So this is that weird thing that shows them the future. Moving on. All right, 42. This is The Journey. This is Rachel and Marco. So we're doing a combination here. This one let's see what's going on here really quickly. And I'm reading these as we go because this needs to get done. And I have one more video after this to finish off the series. All right. Somebody takes a picture of the Animorphs while they're demorphing in an alley. They track the boy down, decide to keep watch on him. When they go to the Wild Hive to reconvene, the Helmicons show up and demand the morphing cube because they need it to change their ship. Basically, there's a battle. Helmicons leave the ship and enter Marco's nose. Oh, I forgot. These guys are the really small creatures. They use the Helmicon ship to shrink themselves. Okay, we're going inside people's noses now. Marco's bored of sitting around because there's people inside his nose. He decides to go to the apartment of the boy who took the picture to try and steal his camera. He goes to the fire escape. Before he can even pick up the camera, he's getting bitten by a dog and flees home. Rachel falls down into Marco's stomach. Okay, they're inside. Yes, the bizarre things inside Marco. Marco goes back to the apartment a second time. And while he's there, someone comes home. He soon finds himself trapped in the closet against Jake's orders, morphs into a cockroach. Helmicons shoot at the cockroach's heart, after which everyone believes Marco to be dead until they remember that cockroaches can withstand serious trauma. Wonderful cockroaches. In the meantime, the Animorphs get the weapons away from the Helmicons. Again, this is just a giant battle by biting their legs. Okay, Marco is in fact alive. They manage to get him to morph back into human. They hold these guys at gunpoint, return to the barn, get out of Marco's nose, or Marco's body, and then recharge the Helmicon's chip with the morphing cube. It's like, if you just asked, we would have let you. And they leave Earth again after promising to never come back. Rachel discovers that the pathogen she saw in Marco's blood genes was rabies, and his near-death experience saved him from the virus. So Rachel considers calling Jake and informing him and the others, but decides it can wait until morning. Hopefully Marco does not have rabies. That's not fun. Moving on. All right, the test. This is book 43. This is Tobis. So we're back to Tobis. And I am yawning because it is almost 9 o'clock and I want to get these things done. Okay, so this is short. Tobis discovers a missing child lost in the woods. He leads the boy's father to his son. Throughout the book, Tobis deals with PTSD from the torture he dealt with the hand of the sadistic subvisor, Taylor. He continues to question Noah's strength and resolve. Taylor shows up claiming she's now part of a rebel Yeerk faction and enlists Tobis to try and sabotage the Yeerk pool. All the other Animorphs, except for Cassie, who declines on moral grounds, accompany him and Axe as they dig a tunnel to the pool. In order to the Yeerk pool, Tobis and Axe alternate turns in Taxon morph, which is nearly uncontrollable constant hunger. They discover that Taylor has been working for Vassar 3. Of course it is. And sets off gas explosion. Cassie is able to turn off the gas from its control station, injuring several humans in the process. She once again is distraught by performing violence, and supposedly Taylor is killed. Book ends with Rachel and Tobis on the beach, where she holds his hand, because again, they're dating. Moving on. The Unexpected. So this is book 44. This is Cassie. Let's see. Following discovery of a fragment of a bug fighter, the U.S. government is attempting to use it for research. Once the Yeerks become aware of the occurrence, they attempt to seize the fragment before it's sent to NASA research facility. The Animorphs confront them in an airport before the Yeerks are able to acquire the fragment. During the fight, Cassie is rendered unconscious on a luggage conveyor belt. When she wakes up, she's in the cargo bay of a plane flying to Sydney, Australia. The plane is attacked twice by Yeerks lurking for the Anderlite bandit. The Yeerks hold the plane in stasis using a tractor beam. Fun. After she's unable to evade them while on the plane, she jumps out and morphs into an osprey. She lands in red sand and hides as a flea until the Yeerks retire their search. She demorphs and meets Yemi, who lives in a nearby. So this is another person. I have no idea where the heck she is because she was on her way. She must be in Australia. Eventually, let's see. Yeah, the ending here. She morphs into a Harbinger, acquires during the plane incident, and amputates his infested leg. Hold on, where the heck? He cut himself on another metal fragment. So this human's grandfather has cut himself on a bug fragment. And Bugfire Cassie had earlier destroyed while attempting to escape the Yerks from the plane. She morphs in Harbinger. She acquired during plane incident and amputates the guy's leg because otherwise he's going to die. Blade ship appears immediately afterwards, and Vassar 3 demands that she come outside. She complies and attempts to lead the Vassars away from Yemi's family using a kangaroo morph. 2 small tourist planes fly overhead, and Vassar 3 destroys all evidence that the Yerks had been in the location to evade suspicion. And a Chi, who is aboard the Blade ship, aids Cassie by projecting a hologram around her as she demorphs and returns home. So, end of that. And yes, and this is the last one I'm doing for this video. This is Revelation. This is book 45. This is Marco. This is a basic plot description, so I'm just going to read this straight out to you guys, just because, again, I'm running out of time. And that's all we have. There's no plot summary of this one. So this is the official description of the back book. Things were already weird, fighting aliens, battling to have Earth, and still trying to be normal. Marco and the other Animorphs and Axe are almost used to it, but things are changing. The Yerk invasion of Earth started out passively, secretly, but now everything seems to be stepped up. Even Marco's father is talking about some top secret project at his job, something that is developing zero space. Marco doesn't even know doesn't know whether his father is a controller, but he does know he's not going to let the Yerks win this one. They've already got his mother, and Marco will do anything it takes to save his father. Anything. So we will see. So that is kind of the end of this video. Again, I'm doing these rapid fire just because I need to get them done. So there's going to be one more video that's going to wrap up this series. I'm probably going to do this tonight. It's almost 9 o'clock. Again, it's the 14th of July. And I've been sick. So I hope you enjoy this video. I hope you enjoy getting to know these characters. I really do recommend this book series. It's really, really great for that demographic. I have actually read some of them. If you watch my earlier videos, I am doing the Anna Green Gables series, which are definitely far more in depth, and I'm doing them one book at a time. Trust me, I have Anne of Avonlea in book form right here, along with a whole bunch of other stuff. So be sure to check out the rest of my channel. I swear these things are the rest of them are a heck of a lot slower, and not rapid fire. But again, these books are really, really short. They're very, very formulaic. So like and subscribe, leave a positive comment if you have one, and check out the rest of the channel. Thank you.